G'day, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm here at the moment outside my normal recording theatre. So we're in a hotel at the moment in a very busy city. So please excuse the background noise. Look, I thought I'd do this quick live session just to let you guys know what's been going on with the release of Tracking the Law. And the great news is that yes, it's all up and running now, so you can actually access it. The issue that we actually had, if like I mentioned, I'll actually retrace my steps here a little bit. If you're in the US, UK, or Canada, you can access it on just about all the normal streaming platforms like Amazon and so forth. And in Australia, you can now access it through iTunes. It's all been fixed. I actually had a discussion with my distributor, and there were issues with the initial release in Australia. It was unfortunate, it was geo-blocked, but that's now been fixed. So I understand that now we have it on a number of platforms now in Australia. So if you're in Australia, you can access it through iTunes, Apple TV. You can also watch it through the Microsoft Store. You can also go through Vimeo as well. And I also believe YouTube too in the Gravitas channel. So if you look out for that, that'll be all there for you. But the other platforms it's on Vudu as well, which is only in America, Microsoft Xbox, and other Amazon platforms as well. So that's where we're at the moment. It's been, so far we've actually had a really good feedback, and it's been reasonably popular. So what I want to do is I want to just quickly give you a glance at the Google page. So when you Google Tracking the Law, what comes up, and I'm just going to quickly discuss some of those parts there. So, or some of those elements that comes up on Google. And also, if you've watched it, we'd be very happy if you left a review and let us know where you've actually seen it. So, yeah, so if we can, I don't know, just one moment. We're about to get that up for you. So yeah, we did have these issues, but now it looks like it's all been fixed. So we're very, very happy about that. At the moment, we're actually doing quite well on iTunes, which I'll show you very, very quickly. How are we going with the YouTube? So with Google? Slight technical hiccup on our end too. But no, we've been quite happy with the results. We've been getting a lot of positive feedback. So here we go. So in Google, so when we type in Tracking the Law, it comes up there, Tracking the Law film. So yeah, you can click on that. And yeah, so we've got a few there. So we've got Apple TV, the first thing that comes up, which of course, if you're in Australia, you subscribe to Apple TV, you should be able to reach that, if not obviously through iTunes. So if we scroll a little bit further down, yep, there it is on Apple TV. So if we go back, scrolling down, now the next one that comes up is Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, so it's on a Rotten Tomatoes rating. So obviously that'll mature over time. At the moment, I don't think there's any ratings on that, so you won't worry about it. Amazon.com. So if we click on Amazon.com, this is what comes up. And unfortunately, it's not available for Australia yet, as far as I'm aware. Now, if you do have a VPN, and we discussed this before, you'll be able to access that through Amazon too. So yeah, we're still working on that at this point in time. I'm not sure if it is. I haven't tried it yet, but I don't believe it's on Amazon Australia yet. So that's something to look forward to later on down the line. Scrolling further down, what do we got? Yeah, it's basically, this is just the main page here. So ultimately, if you want to also view it on Microsoft, if you access our website, yep, So if you go to, so if we can go back a little bit and access the Paranormal website, Paranormal Investigators website, there it is. If you just click onto that, there. Sorry, it was up the top. If you just keep scrolling up the top. Yep, there it is, paranormalinvestigators.tv. So if you click onto that, and then you can actually go to, so you can see that there's a few links up the top there. You can click onto Microsoft, and Amazon obviously is overseas. But if you click onto Microsoft, if your preference is Microsoft, it'll take you to the Microsoft page and you can order it through there. So yes, what we're trying to do is obviously trying to give you an idea of how you can access Tracking the Law through other platforms in Australia. Now, originally it was just on Microsoft, but now they've allowed access through other platforms as well. And our distributors over in the US. So we have to understand that there's a lot of people who work on certain projects, and ultimately just there's obviously a miscommunication there, and hence the reason why we had that issue. Now, if we go and have a look at iTunes, which we're very pleasantly surprised. So we'll bring up the iTunes page now, and we're heading in towards the top 5 of the most popular documentaries. So if you have a look there, over on your right-hand side down the bottom, it's actually number 6 of the top documentaries on iTunes at the moment. So it's quite popular, hopefully be moving further up. But what I also want to do tonight is just thank everybody for your support and your patience. Thank you, Yowie Dan, and thank you for everybody else who've actually encouraged us and gave us your support. But it'll be it'll be there for a while, and obviously there'll be more platforms. Obviously, who'll be taking on Tracking the Law over time. So this is just the initial launch, but there will be other platforms in due course as the content matures out there. So thank you very much, guys, again, and thank you for the positive comments too that I'm reading right now. It's been a long journey. It's been a hard few years, 2.5 years, but finally got there and finally got it out there for you guys to enjoy and hopefully provide a level of education there of Australian and the Australian Indigenous culture and the connection between culture and our forest folks as well, but also the pursuit of our forest folks through investigations and so forth. So if you haven't seen it, I do encourage you to watch it. There's been a lot of great people who've been involved in the making of this, and you'll be able to see that there in the documentary. So once again, thank you very much. And yes, please, if you have seen it, please leave a comment. Hopefully we'll chat soon again. I do believe we we will, because next week we have a live event scheduled for Wednesday. And we'll have a special guest for next Wednesday for you to chat a little bit about the documentary and chat a little bit about our guest as well. Just one question there, which I want to answer. Shane, you're asking about Tubi. I do believe it will be on Tubi eventually. Generally, when documentaries or content gets onto Tubi, it's after they've done the rounds of VOD. So once it does that, they'll then put it on free-to-air platforms like Tubi, and hopefully, I think on Plex as well, because I think I've seen a poster of Tracking the Law on Plex, so it will be on there as well by the looks of it. So thanks again, guys. Thank you very much for all your positive comments and support, and we'll be catching up with you next week. Bye for now.